Been a hot ass minute since I've done an NFL Power Rankings video. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? And it's the third upload today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, fucking joy. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode Lucas E. Allen Productions on YouTube, which 2025 NFL Week 17 Power Rankings on this podcast. Today being your Wednesday, December 24th, 2025. I'm not going to do any predictions, honestly. I'm probably going to say the rest of my predictions for the playoffs. I'm not going to do any for Week 17 or anything for Week 18. Been a hot-ass minute, though, so I want to discuss more power rankings. A lot has changed in the last, 7 weeks or so since I last done power rankings. Obviously, the Buccaneers falling off the face of the earth, the Colts falling off basically the face of the earth, and so on and so forth, man. Teams are cranking up big time in the rankings, man. This is the last time we've seen you guys for power rankings. If you want anything, follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, Lucas E. Allen. Watching today's Power Rankings on YouTube. Hit the like button on today's podcast or Power Rankings. Hit the subscribe button if you've done so already. Turn the bell for our post notifications. And us upload this you can hear on YouTube to say the least. And always leave a comment again. NFL Week 17, 2025 Power Rankings to say the least. I say we're going to get started and basically right now to say the least. And don't please number 16, man. Number 16 got the Indianapolis Colts. Well, obviously on a 5-game losing streak now since they lost Daniel Jones. Even they had Daniel Jones, they were still losing games. Oh, man. Yeah, 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, man. Colts, man, you're number one at one point. Now you're falling down into the last spot in power. He's probably going to follow the face of the earth for the next power rankings. Number 16, man, this week. Not great if you ask me for an Indianapolis Colts fan to say the least. A fan of the horseshoe team to say the least. I understand your pain, man. I'm going through sort of myself and my quarterback getting banged up with injuries and Jordan Love. Oh my goodness. You guys basically were like number one at one point this year. Now you're going back to Colts ways, man. Kind of sad if you're a Colts fan. I'll be honest, though, the 49ers really lit up the fucking Colts. They deserved to lose that game the way their defense was performing on Monday night. I don't think they did. The 49ers punt at all. I don't think they punt at all while during the game. They threw like an interception at one point with Brock Purdy, but still. That's all they threw. Like, no punts, no, 3-and-outs, nothing like that. Not one single 3-and-out in that game. Kind of crazy if you're a Colts fan to say. You're terrific. They've been praising your defense all along. With Sauce Gardner, Charvarius Ward, Kenny Moore, and guys like that. Now, not of them even were playing on Monday besides Kenny Moore. Yikes, oh yikes, if you're a Colts fan to say the least. My voice is about to fucking collapse. It's been my third upload today, so I do a YouTube short today. I know, I'm fucking crazy, people. But number 16 got the Indianapolis Colts in top 15. Jump up, please, to number 15. Number 15, another team have fallen off the face of Europe ever since Blue began knocked the division, the Detroit Lions. My God, man, this team was basically the top of the power rankings almost. I think they're number one at one point in my power rankings. Now they're falling off number 15. Not as bad as the Colts, but still. Not even the Buccaneers are not even on this list either. Oh my God, I praise Baker Mayfield so much, being an MVP candidate all year. Then he put up basically another losing streak with the Buccaneers ever since Week 10. Hit on me sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. Littles me sometimes, ladies and gentlemen. Number 15, the Detroit Lions is still, they're probably looking at, they're not going to make the playoffs. They're probably not. Well, unless the Packers lose more games, they probably could, honestly. Especially without Jordan Love. Losing Micah Parsons was a fucking crushing blow to us. Discuss that to the Packers second, but still, they're still on the top 16 list. But as for the Lions, number 15 this week, and hopefully to be still in the number 15 next week, if not higher. But highly doubt, man. I don't know if they make the playoffs this year, man. Why you find out that, though, to say at least. Or at least still 15 for this power rankings. They lost against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Aaron Rodgers beats the Detroit Lions one final time. Yeah, he's doing his John Cena retirement tour, basically. Not that he's doing confirm he's retiring, but basically he's all but confirmed he's retiring at the end of the year. Or the end of the season. Well, ain't fine with them to say at least. But number 15, you get the Detroit Lions. Not number 14. Joan, please. Number 14. Number 14. The team, I think the first ever team been in the power rankings, this team. The Carolina Panthers. Yeah, the new NFC South, only one and only NFC South team is the Carolina Panthers. This team got swept by the New Orleans Saints, and they're number 14 for power rankings. If that doesn't prove how bad the NFC South truly is, I don't know what to say. But I'll be surprised. So the Panthers are surprised as shit at me this year. I had this team basically, 3 wins in the predictions? But the top of the year before anything but a kickoff happened? Yeah, I have about 3 wins. Now they're at the lead of the division right now at the 8 wins compared to 7 with the Buccaneers. Kind of crazy, man. That's the NFL season for you. You never know. It's unpredictability, man. You love it. The Panthers, man, they came out to win against the Buccaneers, and the Buccaneers, oh my god, man. How fucking hell, they might have fallen more faster than the freaking Colts have, and the Lions. I mean, damn, what happened to the Buccaneers? They're in the top 4 power rankings at one point. Now they're barely they can't even make the top 16. And that's bad for Tampa Bay, man. Bad as can be for Tampa Bay. If the Panthers number 14 to say at least, they're a good football team. I mean, I'll be honest, man. Bryce Young is looking pretty good. I mean, he's not like a top, borderline average quarterback. He's just barely average, honestly, but still. This is how bad the NFC South is, people. That's how bad the NFC South. But Ted McMillan, oh my goodness, he is stud the wide receiver position for the wide receivers. And Rico Dowd, remember him running over my Packers, honestly. Was it week 10? Or the week we was in, it was week 9, honestly. I run over to fuck my Packers, my word, that day. We had Micah Parsons then. Number 14, don't get the Carolina Panthers. 13, don't Joe, please, number 13. Number 13, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers, who should realistically be above the Packers, but I think that I'm just going to edge out the Packers a little bit. Number 13 got the Pittsburgh Steelers. What a freaking performance Aaron Rodgers put up against the Lions defense. I think they punted a couple times during that game. I don't feel like they punted. Let me look up the stats here of that game. Steelers versus Lions. See what the stats looks like. I can pull it up here. Don't worry about that. Alright, maybe it's not going to let me show up the stats. Here it is. As soon as I had my doubts, man. As soon as I had my freaking doubts. I botched my recording. I was talking like nobody's hearing me, honestly. But as soon as I got my power rankings, man. Or my stats here for the Steelers and Lions. Aaron Rodgers completed 27 41 passes for 266 yards. 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Was sacked 2 times, though. Real rushing games. Jaylen Warren, 14 carries, 143 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Oh, my goodness, man. That was a game of a lifetime for Jaylen Warren. I gotta give also a shout out to Kenneth Gainwell. What a fucking year that man having. He's a running back, and he had 5 catches for 78 yards and 1 touchdown. Including that ridiculous catch for that touchdown, man. And we got pass interference call, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I gotta be honest, DK Metcalf, what he did against the Lions, the crowd, unacceptable. Unacceptable to say the least. But still, honestly, I'm not going to discuss that right now. The Steelers are still a good football team. Those are leading the AFC North. And you got David Montgomery. Oh my God. Jahmyr Gibbs. I have you on fantasy with 7 carries for 2 yards. He did get 10 catches for 66 yards and 1 touchdown. I'll give him credit there, but still. Really, Jahmyr with 7 carries for 2 yards. Yikes, oh yikes, oh yikes. Unbelievable. Jared Goff, though, completed 54 passes for 364 and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. Sacked 3 times, though, too. There you go. That's the stats for that. I want to go over that real quick. Just want to go over that real quick to say at least. Rodgers got one more win before he rides off in the sunset. There you go. Congratulations to Aaron Rodgers, my favorite player of all time. Obviously, the Steelers number 13 for power rankings. I hope they do win the AFC North, because the Ravens are not doing anything for me this year. The Ravens they're just fucking average at best. They really are. With or without Lamar Jackson, obviously without Lamar Jackson, they're even worse, but still. And Derrick Henry cannot hold on to the football to save his life, obviously. We have the Steelers number 13 for this week's power rankings. Top 12, Jones, please, number 12. Number 12, we got the Green Bay Packers. I might be generous with my Packers fan with this one. Losing Micah Parsons, Tucker Kraft, and Christian Watson's banged up. Jordan Love went out then during the Bears game. Oh my God, what a fucking nightmare is happening in Green Bay. A complete fucking just nightmare. Losing Micah to a torn ACL was the death of this team this season. And then it didn't help losing Tucker Kraft to begin with, too. But at least we can salvage that with our pass rush. But now we have no pass rush. We lose our best player in general, Micah Parsons. That just sucked the life out. I mean, Josh Jacobs, his whole team's banged up. It's all banged up. Every single position it looked like in Green Bay, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, especially tight end, and receivers, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, defensive secondary, like it's all banged up with injuries. How are we going to do this? How are we this Packers so hoping to win the division? How? With all our injuries, are you nuts? I like literally, how are you going to win this? How are you going to make someone make the playoffs? And then we got what, like a game and a half lead over the Lions for the 7th seed? I'll be honest, I don't even know if I want to make the playoffs this year, this banged up brass roster. Oh my God, every time I look at a fucking scream, a Packers player is injured on the play. Oh my God, man. It sucks. It's the second straight Bears game to end the season, basically. We lose our quarterback, Jordan Love, to an injury. He went out there in Week 18 last year against the Bears. Now he went on Week 16 against the Bears this year. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Oh my God, it just sucks, man. There's all of our fucking players with injuries left and right. Like, we are such a good team when we are healthy. Like, when we are all healthy with Micah, Tucker Kraft, and all the guys like Jordan Love healthy. This team can realistically go at least the NFC Championship game at bare minimum. Like, that's how great this team's potential has. We just gotta stay healthy. Have we been healthy? No. It sucks. But still, the Packers should make the playoffs, but I don't even really want to make the playoffs and be the 7th seed for our 3rd straight year. We ain't going above the Niners or the Rams or Seattle. Definitely not Seattle. Only you can catch Seattle. Yeah, because they have 12 wins. We're 9-5-1. My God, man. I don't want to be, because we'll probably go up against the Bears again. My God, I'm not really scared of the Bears. I'm just scared of them not being healthy. Well, we could have won that game too. It wasn't for Romeo Doubs dropping the onside kick. Oh my God! But I can't slam Romeo. They had a good game. I can't really slam him. But this team is so banged up with injuries. It's still number 12 for this week's power rankings, though. Okay, $11 Jones, please, number 11. Number 11, the Houston Texans. This defense, oh my goodness, bro. With them terrific, man, like, well, this team is so good on defense. Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, in the secondary, got Derek Stingley. Oh God, man, this is fucking insane, this defense in Houston. And you got CJ Stroud on the offensive side of the ball, Nico Collins. I know the run game is not that great, but obviously you're not missing Joe Mixon about the whole fucking year. And Nick Chubb is Nick Chubb's a wash at this rate. But still. The Texans are still a good team. They're a very good team. I don't know, man. We'll see what they're doing in the playoffs. I think they'll make the playoffs over the Colts. Yeah, like 2 games ahead of the Colts for a 7th seed. See, they went somehow win the AFC South, too. We found that to say the least. Number 11 this week, you got the Houston Texans. Now, top 10, though, Joan, please, number 10. Number 10, you get the reigning defending Super Bowl 59 champion Philadelphia Eagles, who literally destroyed the Washington Commanders. I'm sorry, Redskins. I guess I'll just call them the Commanders, just whatever fits people's boat. It is what it is. It is what it is. Can I just please call them the Washington football team? I didn't mind that name. Whatever. Let's call them Washington, honestly. You got the Philadelphia Eagles to destroy Washington last week. Literally destroy them. Not quarterback-wise, and also physically, too. I know they start a little bit slow. They're actually trailing at halftime. Their kicking games suck with Jake Elliott. Jake Elliott couldn't make a kick to beyond 50 yards to save his life. He really couldn't. We got the Eagles in the top 10 this week still. It's still a good football team. Obviously, the only team in the NFC East probably make the playoffs now. Yeah, because the Cowboys eliminated. Obviously, they got the Washington and Giants are obviously eliminated too. You got 10, you got the Philadelphia Eagles. They're probably not a 3 seed right now, to say the least. You got 9 on Joan, please, number 9. Number 9, you got the Los Angeles Chargers. Who did they beat last week? Why am I drawing a blank? Who did they beat last week? Was it the Vikings? No, they beat the Cowboys. There you go. Cowboys are so irrelevant. I can't even fucking know what they were. The Chargers team might have played last week. Chargers, man. What a freaking performance they gave against the Cowboys. AT&T Stadium got destroyed. Got destroyed. Cowboys are just they're lost. They're done. They don't trade Dak Prescott this offseason, but they can pay a huge haul for him. He played like an MVP candidate this year. What are you gonna do with this roster? I know George Pickens is a stud. I get that. Same thing with CeeDee Lamb. Two arguably top 10 wide receivers. Probably even top 7 wide receivers, especially this year with George Pickens how he's playing. But still, I feel like you can get a major haul for Dak Prescott. I really do. Well, he's playing this season, probably like a team like desperate, maybe like the Chargers, not Chargers, maybe the Cardinals, maybe they trade Kyler Murray for Dak Prescott. I don't know. Who says no? You put some draft capital for the Cardinals. I mean, come on. Imagine Dak Prescott developing potentially Marvin Harrison Jr. Just saying. Especially if the Cardinals want to compete at NFC West to see Seattle, with the Rams, with the, who else? You got the Niners, and you get, yeah. Those teams making the playoffs, and the Cardinals is basically the punching bag that division. That isn't wait for the Chargers, though. They're freaking good. Their defense, not as great as the Broncos' defense. It's still a good football team. Right now, be facing the Pittsburgh Steelers in the wild card. Potentially probably beat the Steelers, honestly. Then you found out that. But the number 9 for this week's power is 8. Total place number 8. Number 8, this pains my soul. The Chicago Bears. Yes, Bears, you're at number 8, and you're better than the Packers this week. Probably better the rest of the season. Oh my God. Bears, I gotta give you credit where credit is due. You guys put up a good performance, and you have your next good quarterback. Your first good quarterback, honestly. The great quarterback. Caleb Williams is a stud. He's a stud. That game-winning touchdown with DJ Moore was freaking that was a great fucking perfect throw. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. They didn't. Most people said the Packers choked the game, which they definitely did. They definitely did. But that's the Bears thing. They come back from fourth quarter deficits. I'm like, what? Like, what was it, 16-point game? Or was it 10? I think it was 10, actually. That's what the Bears do. They come back and they potentially tie the game to win the game, too. That's what the Bears do. The game was great in general. I gotta give credit is due. Even for the Packers, they put up despite all their freaking injuries, Malik Willis brought that team to overtime and almost won that game. Wasn't put the Packers away, obviously, but still. Chicago Bears, man. They're oh my God. That defense. By the way, I gotta put this slide in the forward. As much as I was pissed at one player that basically knocked Jordan Love out of that game. I forgot what it was Booker? It was Booker, something like that. Like, what's the point? I know it's Packers and Bears, don't get me wrong. Oldest rivalry in NFL history. Biggest rivalry in all sports. Probably the biggest rivalry in all in sports. At least arguably one top 3. But still, like, what are you doing? You're really that desperate to beat the Packers to the point you got to enter the starting quarterback? What are you doing, bro? But still, that's my little harp I got to share about that. Oh, honestly, the Bears, the fumble at Josh Jacobs is Josh Jacobs' fault. Yes, I'll give you credit there. And the team in general was freaking putting on a good performance. Not very much enough for 4-ish quarters. Like 3.5 quarters until he picked up until after the 2-minute warning. And in the 4th quarter, then they started picking up beyond picking up can be. I'll give you credit, the Bears, to again number 8 for this week's power rankings. They'll probably be like top 5, honestly, by next week when we find out that to say at least. Not 7, no, John, please, number 7. Number 7 is the Buffalo Bills, who defeated the Cleveland Browns just barely. Just barely. I mean, damn, I think Shedeur Sanders threw more passing yards than basically Josh Allen. I know definitely Shedeur threw a pick, obviously. I'm pretty sure Josh Allen, I know that. Didn't Josh Allen throw less passing yards than Shedeur Sanders? I think that's the case. I think so, honestly. Let me look this up. Got Bill. Yeah, Josh Allen for 130 yards, no touchdowns, and Shedeur Sanders with 1 touchdown. Granted, he did do two interceptions. Okay, I didn't know that part. But James Cook is a stud, obviously. 16 carries for 117 yards and 2 touchdowns. Come on, Josh. You gotta put up at least more passing yards than 1 touchdown compared to fucking Shedeur Sanders. Come on, man. Come on, Josh. I know the Browns got a great defense and all, but still. You should be throwing the ball over their defenders. Literally. And I get the greatest defensive line. Obviously, did Myles Garrett probably MVP, honestly. That seemed times 1,000. But still. Definitely defensive player of the year is Myles Garrett in a terrible Browns team. That's good for you if you ask me. But number 7 is the Buffalo Bills, so I'm not worried about them anyway. They got this week. They got the Eagles this week. Yes, they do in Highmark Stadium. That's going to be a game. Definitely game of the week looking up at, obviously. No, not physically the America's game week with Fox, obviously, but still. Number 7 is the Buffalo Bills. And number 6, though, John, please, number 6. You got 3 teams in the NFC West starting right now at number 6. Number 6, you got the San Francisco 49ers, who literally, I don't want to say destroyed the Colts, but 48-27 is nothing to sneeze about, or sleep about, excuse me. One of a few probably good Monday Night Football games, honestly, this year. I feel like Monday Night Football's been a lot worse than Thursday Night Football this year, just a little bit. This is what it feels like, honestly. I look at the box scores and stuff like that, but this game is a lot high-scoring game, a 48-27. And Philip Rivers, gotta give credit for Philip Rivers, though. The guy is 44 years old, and this man is looking better and probably even, like, he's definitely better than Justin Fields out this round, I'll tell you that right now. Oh my god, how mighty a fall for Justin Fields, bro. A guy who potentially could have took the Bears to be a better team than the Packers since they lost Aaron Rodgers, to basically almost his career being done with after his debacle with the Jets. Oh my god. So much so Mitch Trubisky has a better rate of having a job compared to fucking Justin Fields. This man's barely worth a 3rd-string quarterback. Oh my god, how the mighty have fallen for Justin Fields. Alas, the back to standard program in the 49ers here. What the 5 touchdowns for Brock Purdy. 30. I didn't do 1 interception, but still. Oh my goodness. Brock Purdy. The 49ers, all their injuries and stuff. This one's the Packers to take a page out of. I mean, they can't catch the 1 seed, but still. This is what the Packers should take a playbook out. The 49ers lost all their best players, basically, in the defense. My Fred Warner, Nick Bosa. I don't call it they lost, so that's another guy, probably. And the offense, they lost Purdy for a decent amount of time. McCaffrey was the only one healthy. The receivers are fucking banged up. You got Brandon Ayuk for most of all the year. Same thing almost with Jawan Jennings. So Ricky Pearsall is banged up all the year, basically. And this team could still be the 1 seed at NFC. Not right now. I think they're like 1 game back on the Niners. Not that game. It's week 18. Talking about next week. Between Niners and Seahawks. Could be very interesting, man, for the 1 seed. Could be cosplay Vikings and Lions from this year or last year. I don't know. Wait till you find out. But number 6, you get the San Francisco 49ers. They're not top 5. General, please, number 5. Number 5, you get the Los Angeles Rams. Great, I'm not worried about them. Did they choke basically a 16-point lead with 2 minutes to go in overtime in the game? And put the overtime, then lose in overtime another 2-point conversion? They converted 3 2-point conversions to Seattle Seahawks. Is that worrying? Yes. But it's not worrying at the same time? No, because that game was freaking incredible. That game was fucking insane. Like, seriously, that game was fucking... Oh my goodness, man. There's been a lot of game of the years this year. You all thought that'd be Packers and Cowboys, and I thought that ended sucked, obviously, the tie. Who else you got? But maybe in, like, some other game. Or maybe Giants and Cowboys is up there, too, from week 2. But still. I think this game edges out, though, because the rest of them at least have 2 playoff contenders. And the Packers had the Packers and Cowboys, sort of, but still. But the Rams, man, this Matthew Stafford's got to be MVP this year. I know I said a long time ago, oh, this has been Baker Mayfield's award. That was even Jonathan Taylor. Those 2 fell at the face of the earth, obviously. But I also give some flowers to Matthew. I did say this. Give some flowers to Matthew Stafford, too. At least some votes. But now this man ready for full fraud MVP this year. That's good old NFL for you. You can one make a change to another, man. That's the brilliancy of the National Football League. That's number 5. We got the Rams in top 4. John, please, who would have thought this team be number 4 this late in the year? But John, please, number 4 anyways. Number 4, the Jacksonville Jaguars, who literally beat the 1-seeded Broncos last week in Denver in that hostile environment at Empire Field. A team probably more likely could be the 1 seed, but then it's between them and the Patriots and maybe then the Bills. Oh my, even the Jaguars have a shot to get the 1 seed, so I highly doubt they'll get it. But there's definitely a possibility that can happen. But I don't think that'll happen either. This year probably the Broncos or Patriots, honestly. And probably get the edge to the Broncos. But so Jacksonville, what a fucking performance by Trevor Lawrence. I'm looking up his stats right now. I'm going to make my facts straight here. Even in general, that defense gave Bo Nix a hard time, man. Gotta be honest. Let's see, Jaguars versus Broncos. So I can Google, obviously. Yes. The stats right here. Got the stats. Trevor Lawrence. 23 is 36 passes for 279 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did get sacked 5 times. That's the Broncos defense after all. You got 1 touchdown to the ground. And this guy, Parker Washington, 6 catches for 145 yards. What most of these people tell you. Other than the guy Jacoby Myers and Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas isn't the greatest game, 2 catches for 18 yards. So someone's got to step up between after Myers, Brian Thomas, and Travis Etienne. Well, he got that with Parker Washington, the best player this whole game. 6 catches for 145 yards and 1 touchdown. Holy shit, man. Did that man step up? Holy crap, man. Look at the Broncos stats while I'm at it here. And probably I said 352 yards. He threw a pick, though. I ain't fine with that. I'm not worried about the Broncos at all. They're actually in the top 3 for power rankings this week. But the Jaguars, gotta give a shout for them big time for that win against the Broncos, to say the least. Some people don't want to believe in them. Looks like they don't want to believe the Broncos here. But I'm going to believe in both teams, the Broncos and Jaguars. So the Jaguars, number 4 this week for power rankings. In top 3, German Police, number 3. Number 3, got the said Denver Broncos. Lucas, you probably should put the Jaguars above them. I'm not going to go that far yet. Because the Broncos still have a terrific defense. I know Bo Nix he's only critics about Bo Nix, but I think Bo Nix is a pretty good quarterback. Is he like a elite level quarterback, like a Josh Allen or a Patrick Mahomes or guys like that? No. But probably the Chiefs. Oh my goodness. No playoffs this year for Kansas City. I do wish Patrick Mahomes all the best at torn ACL. That looked kind of brutal. But still, man. Chiefs no longer not even winners of the AFC West. Not even making the playoffs, man. Yikes. Is this Travis Kelce's last year? Is he going to retire at the end of the year? Who knows? Maybe he'll become a Swiftie full time. No? Too soon? I'm sorry, people. Anyways, with the Broncos number 3 this week, though, they're still a pretty good football team, you ask me. Definitely number 1 seed in the AFC right now, obviously. Ain't top 2, though. Jumbo, please, number 2. Number 2, you get the New England Patriots. They're number 1 in the AFC for this week's power rankings. Patriots, they beat the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday Night Football. 28-24, obviously a good performance from Drake May. Obviously did throw an interception, but still that's fine with me. The Patriots team is they're good. We all know how good they are. Obviously, like Drake May, so Township could be a second runner to up that Matthew Stafford comes in MVP. I'm still going to give that to Stafford though. But definitely his number 2 should be Drake May, obviously. And man, people might want to still say Jonathan Taylor, but he's fallen off a lot, man. Since that Falcons game, man, honestly. But still, man. The New England Patriots number 2 for this week's Power Rankings. Number 1, though. You probably guessed this right. Number 1, Jimbo, please, anyways, though. Who am I kidding? It's the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah. What a goddamn performance they gave. That comeback mentality from the Seattle Seahawks on Thursday Night Football against the Los Angeles Rams. Converting 3 2-point conversions after scoring a touchdown. That is unbelievable, man. That is mega huge fantasy points for your boy. You're basically Jackson Smith, the Jigba owner, obviously. And Sam Darnold owner. But still. Seattle is obviously number 1 this week's power rankings. What a fucking goddamn performance they performed against the Rams. I mean, Rams is still a great performance to obviously Puka Nacua. My grandpa Puka Nacua fantasy owner myself too. But still, man, Seattle, what a freaking goddamn performance they gave on that Thursday Night Football game. Find number 1 this week's power rankings, man. I don't think they're tied the best record in the league with them and the Broncos and some other team. Is it the Rams? Wait, no, it's the Patriots, excuse me. The top three teams that tied the best record are Broncos, Patriots, and Seahawks. Just realized that to say at least. Guard power rankings again, 16, got the Colts. Indianapolis Colts, number 15, got the Detroit Lions. Number 14, you get the Carolina Panthers. Number 13, you get the Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 12, you get the Green Bay Packers. Number 11, you get the Houston Texans. Number 10, you got the Philadelphia Eagles. Number 9, you get the Los Angeles Chargers. Number 8, you got the Chicago Bears. Number 7, you get the Buffalo Bills. Number 6, you get the San Francisco 49ers. Number 5, you get the Los Angeles Rams. Number 4, you get the Jacksonville Jaguars. Number 3, you get the Denver Broncos. Number 2, you get the New England Patriots. Number 1 for this week's Power Rankings in Week 17, you got the Seattle Seahawks. That is my 2025 NFL Week 17 Power Rankings on this podcast. Let me know leave your comment section on YouTube with your top 16 NFL teams. Head into Week 17 NFL season. Take place tomorrow on Christmas. Also, next week for Week 18, might be an interesting video I gotta share for you. Week 18's Power Rankings be all 32 teams ranked in one very podcast, to say at least, or on YouTube. So stay tuned for that to say. So every team is basically season thoughts to say, so they disappoint or majorly disappoint or to be good, obviously, surprise the league, obviously. Come on, Week 18's Power Rankings of Sales. No longer give me no predictions this week or next week. But we'll be predicting the playoffs too. I will be predicting that to say at least come January, the second week of January to say at least. Peace, everybody. I am out. Take care. Love y'all. Big time to say the absolute least.